Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Reynanda Mirtania. I am the student of English Education Department in UIN Syarif Hidayatullah, Jakarta in 4th semester. Such as in video before, I told you about my result of review novel, and this time I will tell you about my result of review in textbook. The title of the textbook is Answering Tough Interview Question for Dummies. This book is written by Yeung. The genre of the book is instruction. It is because the author explained how to answering tough interview question, and he explained how to get a job that we are dreaming of and what should we do to succeed in the interviews. This book contains 5 parts with several chapters in each of the part. But before I explain to you about the chapter and the part, I will tell you about the author. Dr. Yeung is a director at business psychology consultancy Talent Space, where he specializes in management assessment, training interviewers, designing assessment centers, and interviewing candidates on behalf of employers. So let me explain about the chapter and the part. First, in the part 1, making sure you shine in an interview. This is the part for you who want to start out on the journey of getting ready to face anything that interviewers can throw at you. Interviews are a game, and any game rules exist. So in this part, the author talk about the most essential rules of succeeding in the interviews, and then the author gives some instruction in this part. There are 3 instructions. That is how to understanding the interviewing game, how to doing your job interview homework, and how to polishing your interview performance. So the author explain that in this part. And then the part 2, answering tough interview questions. This part cover the question, both ordinary and extreme question that interviewers can and do use to find out more about you. And the author cover all the common question you may be asked in the interviews. So in this part, the author explain what the interviewers are looking for and help you to construct your own interview responses. In this part, the author gave 6 instructions that are: the first, talking about yourself; second, talking about problems, perceptions, and people; the third is how to getting to grips with question about your work; and then talking about why you want a new job; and then thriving under the pressure interview; and the last is succeeding at competency-based interviewing. So go to the next part, the part 3, dealing with tricky question and other situation. In this part, the author explained that interviewers can be offensive and dastardly loud. So in this part, the author show you how to deal with the sorts of difficult question. And then the author gives some explanation and some instruction that are how to responding the question for graduates and school leavers, and then how to handling question aimed at experienced candidates, and then how to handling hypothetical and analytical question, and then how to coping with legal and personal question, and the last is how to taking control in unusual situation. And then in part 4, securing the job of your dream. In this part, the author take you through how to research the company and ask questions to impress the interviewers with your brilliance. And then the author also focus on how to finish interviews with a flourish and follow up with interviewers to best effect. And go to the final part, that is the part 5, the part of tense. Now, in the second chapter within this part, the author suggests tips for building your long-term career, and also the author take you through some of the best advice for pursuing a fulfilling and successful long-term career. And then there are 2 tips from the author that keep in this part. That is, first, 10 cardinal sins of interviewing, and the second is 10 tips to creating the perfect career. So that is a little bit explanation about these books, and now I will explain about my perception about this book. This book is organized very well. It is because the language that used to explain the information is very easy to understand, and the author provides the instruction to people who want to apply the work to learn how to be a good future worker before face the interviews. And then I think this book is really good to read for those people who wants to interviews to get a job that people dreaming. And this book is very complete of explanation about how to answering tough interview question. And then I like these books because so much knowledge that the author given in this book. The words that easy to understand to read, and there are some illustrator in each part that the reader can imagine when in the interview question. And then I like this book, but what I like least from this book is too thick. There is 272 pages, and I think this book is too thick. But the rest of it is no problem for me. And then I don't think want to add anything in this book because I think this book is already appropriate and proper to read. So it is perfect to people who want to succeed in their interviews. And then I would like to give 8 on a scale of 1 to 10 to this book, because as I said before, this book is really good, complete, and easy to read to the reader to understand it. So if you want to success in interviews that you want to get that job, I think you should read this book because it's so good for you, and then so much knowledge that a future worker who want to apply the work. So I think that's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.